Okay. Sikat. All right, I would like to start off with a simple introduction on why we learn English. So I'm sure everyone knows that English is an international communication. When you know English, you can communicate with almost anyone in the whole world, depending if they know English. But also you can get a lot more of the internet. You know, when you use, right now they have TikTok, and even though President Trump is considering on banning TikTok, but they still, a lot of them use English. And also you have access to a world of entertainment, a lot of Hollywood movies that we love so much. The Avengers, I can only think of the Avengers, but yeah, they all use English. So, you know, there's a lot more benefits to learning English, but for today we're going to focus on why we're here, which is the SBM. So unfortunately, because of the COVID-19, not unfortunately, fortunately, you'll be having a lot more time to prepare for your SBM. Okay, so today we're going to be dividing our seminar into 3 parts. So there will be reading section, writing plan, and also there will be a section for novel. From based on what I gather from my students, they haven't read the novel yet. So I think it's best that we use this time today to focus on the novel as well. All right. So let's start off our seminar. Oh, I would like to also point out the simple etiquette for today. So I hope that you are ready with your pens and your notebooks. You know, it's not just based on listening, you also have to make notes in order to fully understand what's going on, what will be taught today. And also be sure to mute your microphone while the class is going on so we don't cause any disturbance. But when I ask questions, you are allowed to unmute and answer. And I would like everyone to participate very well in this class and ask questions whenever you don't understand. And don't keep your questions to yourself. Don't be shy. Okay. So our first part for today is the reading section. The reading section will mostly include in the paper 2, section A, B, and C. We're not going to be doing any grammar for today because I'll be focusing only on reading sections. Okay. Can everybody see the screen? Oh wait, we have people joining us. Oh. Okay, welcome to the newcomers. All right, so we are doing reading session for now. Okay, I would also like to point out the common mistakes that I've seen my students make when they're answering reading questions. First of all, they always skip the questions. You know, they went straight ahead to the answers and go back to the passage when they were supposed to read the questions first. All right, and also I noticed a lot of them keep on guessing. They guess what the answer was supposed to be when in fact all they have to do is read back in the passage. Now all the answers are right there. Now all you have to do is analyze the text. And also they don't look for keywords. So for today, we'll be focusing on shortcuts to reading. So there are 2 shortcuts to reading, which is skimming and scanning. All right, so skimming, okay. Skimming is reading rapidly to get a general idea of the text. while scanning is reading rapidly to find specific points. So you see, semua ni, both of these techniques is sort of like a shortcut to reading. You don't have to read the whole text, only have to find certain keywords, and then you can know what the text is all about. So we're going to be doing this right now. Look into first on skimming. Okay. Hello. Okay, for those newcomers, we're going to be looking into two of the reading techniques today. The first one is skimming. So skimming is when you read rapidly of the text to know the general idea of the text. Okay, so the tips here is to not read every word. All you have to do Okay, are you guys paying attention? Wah, bestnya belajar. Okay, please do pay attention because we're going to be doing an activity at the end of this part. All right, so skimming involves where you don't read every word and don't read every sentence, and you move your eyes very quickly in the text, and you keep thinking about the meaning. All right, for example, this text right here, girl jumps from train. From the title, we know already that it's about a girl who jumps from train, but we don't know if that is literally, kalau betul-betul dia jump from train, or it's just an expression. So you have to read as well, but you don't read the whole thing. Just read it in Sydney, Thursday. It's in a Carlton train, Crystal Station. She expected and she jumped out on the platform. Okay, so that's what I meant by you looking for keywords. Dia cari keywords saja dalam teks tu, and then you would know what it's all about. So the text is about a girl jumping off of a train while the train is moving. And in the end, she received a concussion, broken left arm, severe cuts to her head and legs. Right, so this is skimming. Don't worry if you don't understand, we're going to be doing an exercise later. Okay, and next we have scanning. Is everyone okay so far? Everybody okay? We're still receiving quite a number of our friends. All right, so scanning. Okay, Tom Holland is okay, very good. Okay, so just now we talked about skimming. This is scanning. So scanning is reading rapidly to find specific points. So scanning is much easier than skimming, because scanning is when you have to find one keyword in order to answer the question. Okay, for example, this recipe right here. Look at the questions at the top. What are the ingredients of shortbread biscuits? So the keywords here is the ingredients. And in the recipe, can anybody tell me what is the ingredients? You can also type if you're shy. Tom Holland, wanna try? So what are the ingredients of shortbread biscuits? Okay, butter, what else? Caster sugar and plain. Tom Holland just made a mistake. Yes, thank you, Elias. It's not plain water, it's plain flour. Okay, I would like to remind you that Even though you got the plane wrong, I'm sorry, even though you got the plane right, flower is wrong, so immediately it will be cut off. You won't get full marks at all because the answer are right there. Okay, very good. Thank you for participating. That's okay, Tom Holland. This is the time for you to make mistakes, so it's fine. Learn from your mistakes. All right, so what you just did was basically scanning. What about question number 2? How long should the mixture be kept in the fridge? So what do you think the keyword here is? I think it's fridge. So how long should the mixture be kept in the fridge? Anybody want to try? "20 minutes. Very good, Azim. So it says it right here. So what Azim just did, I think, he looked for the word fridge in the text, and there you go. Number 4, sayang. Cut into rounds or fingers. I'm sorry. Wait, cuba besarkan eh.
Kan begitu kan. Kalau kita bercakap, dengarnya bercakap.
Okay, there. Cut into rounds or fingers and place onto a baking tray. Sprinkle with icing sugar and chill in the fridge for 20 minutes. So the keyword was fridge. Okay, thank you, Azim. Okay. All right, I would also like to also point out that there are a lot of questions involving synonyms. And it's not the kind of synonyms yang simple in SPM level. All of them. Okay, thank you for reminding your friend. Yep, please mute. Okay. All right, and reading's best friend is a dictionary. You have to have a dictionary with you at all times. And nowadays, you don't even need an actual book yang tebal tu. All you need is an app. But please, oh please, do not use Google Translate. Google Translate is never right. Most of the time, they change what you mean. All right, so please, there are dictionary.com. We have Merriam-Webster, Urban Dictionary. Sometimes it can be true too. Okay, so let's do an activity right now. If you have your own dictionary app, you can go to a website, dictionary.com. Let's search what is the synonym for bashful. Can everyone try? Just search. What is the synonym for bashful? Shy. Very good. Thank you, Afi. Let's write it down. Shy. All right. What about permanent? Issa also got it right. Okay. What about permanent? Lasting. Okay. Means it's can't be changed. Yeah. Okay, I have to ask, did you use Google or dictionary.com? Just to make sure. What Google? Google Translate? Okay. It's okay, as long as it's not Google Translate. If you search define permanent or define bashful, that will be more accurate. Just don't do it. Just don't use Google Translate. Okay. Wow, Maharaja Saitama. He used Kamus Oxford. Very good. Okay, filthy. Oh, Azim already answered that. So filthy is basically dirty. All right. Filthy or nasty, very good. Okay, what about immediate? Okay, Azim is very quick. Okay, how do you spell quick? Kuchik. Quick. Kita typo. All right, last one. What about ancient? Old or obsolete means it's something that's very old. We can say people who still use Facebook are ancient. Some people, yeah. For example, my parents. Okay, very good, everyone. Thank you for participating. Okay, Tom Holland, that's not the right, it's not ancient one. Lame, lame will be correct, but it's more to negative view. It's like you're calling someone to be old, that is lame. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Siapa cakap tu lame tu? Okay, you're fine. Thank you. Lame can also be used, but it's more macam awak nak ejek orang tu. Okay, so are there any questions before we go on to our activity practice? So we've looked into skimming and scanning. Skimming is when you read quickly to find out the general idea of the text, and scanning is to find out the specific information. All right, so since there are no questions, let's go straight to our practice. Okay, can everyone see the screen? Is a module perkembangan pembelajaran SPM 2018. I'm just gonna okay. Okay, we're going to be looking at session A, B, and C, but only for the reading session. For the grammar part, teacher skip dulu, because that's not our focus for today. Okay, question number 1. Would anyone like to try to answer? So this is when we use scanning. If you have a question there, you should read the question first. So the question asks for you to find out what avoid snacking and overeating can do to your body. Is it? So you can avoid snacking and overeating by C. Are you sure, Afiq? Right, that's right, Elias. The answer is D. Drinking some water 15 minutes before eating. Look back at the passage. Tom Holland says D is wrong. Why? Care to explain? Okay. Right, I appreciate everyone. Yeah, the answer is D, Tom Holland. That's okay. Okay, let's look back at the passage. The answer is not C because they said it right here. Drink water throughout the day. So it's not just before meals. Okay? It says right here, before you put anything in your mouth, stop and first have 8 to 16 ounces of water. Wait 15 minutes. Then eat. So the answer is D, drinking some water 15 minutes before eating. All right, am I talking to myself or? Okay, can I have everyone's attention? Okay, question number 2. The question asks for you to conclude. The extract says that. So this one, it asks you to do skimming. It wants you to find the general idea of the text. Right, so take the time. Teacher, zoom in lagi sikit. Okay. Smile for bone health. What do you think the answer is? Remember, skimming is reading rapidly to find out the general idea of the text. The lawyer says it's C. Not apa tu? B, are you sure? They only talk about women here, no men. Okay, so since ramai sangat jawapan lain-lain, let's look at each of the question. A, life is meant to be experienced. That is too general. Dia tak sebut sangat pasal teks ni. There's no mention of the bone or health factors. So A is out. B, aging women face more bone weakening than men. There is no mention of men in the text. So yang ni pun is out. C, appreciating life will benefit people as they age. Where did you get this? It's probably from the last passage. Can expert says promoting good spirits in the elderly is just as important as promoting a healthy lifestyle. Very good. What about D? Smiling more is good for bones. Okay, excellent work, everybody. So the answer is C. Even though you may be smiling more when you're promoting good spirits, but it's not really scientific to say that smiling more is good for bones. Maybe good for awet muda, but we don't know if it's good for bones. So the answer is C. Right, very good. Okay, jangan gaduh. Semua very good. So enthusiastic. What about the girls? Are the girls okay? Semua boys je yang dominate the chat area. Okay. So the lady says, my kitchen floor was sticky and I had to do something about it. So finally I went out and bought some slippers. So what do you think the answer is? Creative or lazy? Apa tu? Elias just answered 3 questions. Yep, the answer is simply lazy. Okay, this has nothing to do much with our skimming or scanning, so let's move on. Okay, movie review. Pitch Perfect 2. Musical comedy. This is in search for synonym. So quickly, find the synonym for the word catchy. Don't use Google Translate. What is the synonym for catchy? It is actually appealing. All right, it is appealing. Okay, so we don't have much time to go through all of section A. Appealing is when something is pleasant to you. Bila awak dengar benda tu, awak rasa you feel that thing is wait. Oh, ada lagi yang nak cakap. So appealing, yeah. All right, so question 9 to 15, we're not going to do that today because it's more to grammar. Okay, we're going to go straight to section B. Okay, section B is when you would use both scanning and skimming. All right, so go on, skim and scan this passage. Then we're going to be answering the question real quick. All right, so the healthy heart, strong bones, the sense of well-being, looking and feeling better, these are all keywords. Okay, every time you got your reading questions, the first thing you should be looking for is the keywords. If you have your highlighter, highlight it in your pen, circle it, or put a star right next to it. Okay, thank you, Elias, for doing that. Okay. Okay, let's look at the question. So for this part, it is super easy. You can get full marks. So all I have to do is look at the keywords: healthy heart, strong bones, sense of well-being, looking and feeling better. Oops. So all questions, the questions in the passage, semua ada jawapan dekat situ. How do I? Oh, okay. Oops. Ya, padam lah highlight tu sampai yang padam. Okay. Alright, tak apa. The highlight is not that disturbing. Alright, so let's find the answer for this one. Healthy heart, ways, having regular physical activity, and what else? Look back at this passage. So dia dah bagi having regular physical activity. What else? Apa lagi ways dia? Healthy diet. Thank you, Azim. Okay, so that's pretty simple. Budak aja satu pun boleh jawab. Alright, so in strong bones, they are looking for the benefits. Dia dah bagi build strong, healthy bones. Apa lagi yang kena tambah? Can I have the girls pula jawab? Just to make sure that you guys are here. You girls are here. Can help the slow bones what? Bone loss. All right, thank you, Elias, for underlining that. Okay, so and also in this passage, kalau awak nak tulis the whole thing pun tak apa. Macam mana? Slow the bone loss associated with getting older. You know, it's better that you put it all rather than letak yang sikit-sikit and nanti dapat later dapat markah sikit je atau half mark. So the answer is this: slow the bone loss associated with getting older. Very good. Okay, a sense of well-being. A sense of well-being. What are the ways? Being in good shape. Very good. Thank you, Afiq. And another of the benefits they give more energy, reduce anxiety, improve self-esteem. What else? You're welcome, newcomers. We are doing reading section B. Improve self-esteem dah ada. Yep. Reduce depression. Anxiety dah ada. Yeah, see that dia dah bagi energy, anxiety, and self-esteem. So apa yang tak ada, reduce depression saja. And last but not least, looking and feeling better. What are the ways besides eating right? Yeah, being on the move. Very good. And what is the benefit? Dia dah bagi improve posture, maintain a healthy weight. What else? Help tone muscle. Okay. Okay, very good, everyone. So what you just did, you just did a whole lot of scanning. Just Cacat. Oh yeah, salah eja in reading session would also lose you marks. Sebab semua jawapan dah bagi kat situ. Okay, we're not going to do question number 22 to 25 because this is all a grammar question. Today we'll just be focusing on reading. Okay. Right, section C is probably the most difficult reading question. So you'll be using a lot of all of the three techniques that we just discussed: skimming, scanning, and synonym, the 3 F's. Okay. So read on first, and then we will try to answer the questions. We have 5 more minutes. Okay, let's look at the question. Okay, can everyone please pay attention? You can explore the features to Zoom later when you have your online Zoom meeting. All right, for now, let's look at the questions first. I know it's not practical to look at the questions first, but it could save you a lot of time. You know, you don't have to read the whole passage because dekat soalan dia, semua dia dah bagi from paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, 5. So you don't really have to read the whole thing. Just go to the paragraph that they tell you to do. Okay. So, okay, remember this question? I'm gonna open the text back later on. Okay, so from paragraph 1, what is the elephant's problem? Let's look back at paragraph 1. Okay, what is the elephant's problem? Drug addiction. Very good, Afiq. Where did you get that? Simple. They are malnourished drug addicts. Line 2. Excellent. Thank you. So that what you just did was scanning. Yeah. Kau Afiq. Baguslah korang ni support each other. Wow. Okay, now we're going to be using synonym. What is the synonym for very thin? Which word means very thin? Okay. Line 3, got. What else? Okay, you can flirt with Afiq later. For now, let's find the synonym for very thin. Okay. So siapa yang answer God tadi? Who was it? Afiq. Yeah, Afiq. Thank you. So God here means very thin. When even though the elephants are huge, even though the elephants are huge, but they look thin. They look weak, haggard because of the drug addiction. Okay. Can I have everyone's full attention, please? Okay, let's go to question number 2. Question number 2 from paragraph 2. State 2 facilities provided by the hospital. So let's look at paragraph 2. 2 facilities provided by the hospital. The hospital, we know that the hospital is for elephants, but what are the facilities? Very good. Afiq again. Pharmacy and department for fitting. Fitting what? Tom Holland, Spider-Man, sayang, that's not how you spell pharmacy. All right, thank you, Afiq. A pharmacy and also a department for fitting artificial limbs. Artificial limbs, what do you call that in Malay? Kaki or tangan palsu. They also have that for elephants, surprisingly. All right, so the answer for number 2 is pharmacy and department for fitting artificial limbs. Okay, what replaces Motala's lost limb? All right, so this we're going to be using scanning. We're going to be finding the keyword Motala in paragraph 2. Let's go back to paragraph 2. So find Motala. Who is Motala? Okay, the answer is a prosthetic leg. But who is Motala? Yeah, one elephant, not elephants, only one elephant. Yeah, it's a most famous 53-year-old elephant called Motala, who has a prosthetic leg after he lost his leg in a landmine, apparently. Kesiannya. Okay, and Motala has a prosthetic leg. Very good. Okay, we have more students joining us. Welcome, everyone. We are doing reading section C. Okay, next question. From paragraph 3, what could be the reason for stress in the elephants? So let's just look at paragraph 3. And the keyword is stress. So let's find the keyword for stress and answer the question. The question is, what could be the reason for stress in the elephants? Car fumes and industrial pollution. Very good, Spider-Man. Disobedience. The answer is disobedience. Car fumes and industrial pollution. That is what caused the elephant to become stressed. But the reason for the stress is mainly disobedience. Yeah. Okay, moving on to question B. From paragraph 5, how do the drugs work on elephants in logging? Paragraph 5. So there are elephants that work in logging, but how do the drugs work on elephants? Who is working at logging? So the keyword is logging, elephants. So find those. No. Not tourism industry, not work furiously also. Find keyword, drugs, elephants, logging. Okay, let's look back at the question. The question, how do the drugs work on elephants in logging? So elephants during in loggings, they use drugs. But what kind of drugs? How do their owners feed them drugs? It's on line 1, 2, 3, 4, line 4. 29. No, sorry, line 29. Okay, very good, Azim. Pills. But what pills? Be specific. Answer everything pun tak apa. Yeah, the answer is speed pills. Okay, so we have here heartless owners discovered that speed pills drive elephants to work harder at log stacking. Okay, so the owners feed the elephants speed pills. It's some kind of drug that will help them work harder. Okay. It's not too hard, is it? Okay. Last question. Question 29. From paragraph 7. After being treated, what happens to the elephants without owners? Let's go to paragraph 7. What happened to the elephants without owners? Okay, they are returned to their owners. But what about those elephants who doesn't have owners? Yang based on the text they found on the streets, ada yang terluka. Very good, Elias. They are released to the conservation center and Tom Holland as well. Okay, so that was also scanning. Okay, for question 30, you have to come up with the answers yourself. It requires critical thinking, so we're not going to be doing that today. Okay, so that is the end of our first part of seminar. Do you have any question about reading so far? Azim, no? So far so good. Very good. So it's pretty simple. Yep. Reading session is, you can get full marks for reading questions because all of the answers are in there. All you have to do is read. And since you've known the techniques, so we have skimming, we have scanning, and synonym. So I would like you to try that after this when you answer your questions, reading questions of this. Azim, kenapa KFC? Lapar dah. Okay, we're gonna be taking a short break, just 5 minutes. For so far so good. KFC punya tagline ni lah, finger licking good. Ayo, apa ni? Okay, let's take a quick short break. And we'll be meeting after this. Yeah, so it's 10:10 now. We're gonna meet each other again at 10:50. Okay.
The same. So, okay, dengar. So, before you go, was there prepared?
We have a very lovely weather today. Don't make it rain, please.
Silent thing, I got a memory. Little I know my feet. I oh, lagi. Only night. Little. Silap. Ini salah ni. Salah lirik sekejap. Away. Ni. Tak, aku tak pakai lirik pun. Away, afraid. Oh wait. Tak, aku perlu lirik. So lay your head on me. I know your heart when
Okay,
I
Elias is very good at singing, I see. So maybe he can try answering
Tak
some of the
boleh.
questions after this, huh? Elias. How do you say your name? Elias. Is that your real name?
It should be Ilyas, cikgu, bukan Elias.
Oh, Ilyas. Okay. Okay, is everyone back? Just now we have like 30 students. Now it's only 22. Okay, we're gonna wait for them to come back and then start with our second part of.
Weh, Man. Kau nama kau apa, Man? Ifan lagi ke? Nama kau apa?
I fix pakai nama orang.
Weh,
Mana boleh pakai nama orang? Fine. Yes, away.
Pelik lah Ilyas ni.
woi sedap ni Eli.
Lay your head on me. Lay your head on me.
Pelik cun.
Okay, cara guna lagu ni.
Okay, is everybody back? Come back, come back. We're gonna start our second part of the seminar. Okay, ramai dah ready ni. Ramai yang leave tadi eh. How many of you are now? Okay, let's just start. Okay, can everybody see the screen? Okay, for those of you who don't know, okay, ada Justin Bieber dalam ni. Ya, dia Justin Bieber pun salah. Okay, my name is Intan, teacher Intan. I've been teaching at Pusat Tuition Minda Anak Cerdik for about a year now. Okay. So while waiting for the rest to join, let's go through the first name. Okay. All right, let's stop all the talk about lagu Justin Bieber. Apparently, that's how you spell Justin Bieber. Okay, come back, focus. So our second part of the seminar will be writing. Okay, I know that writing is considered to be one of the most annoying thing that my students think. You know, they don't like writing. Every time I mention writing, they all went like that. Yeah, it's your weakness. Okay, but that's okay. It's good to know that you know the weakness now rather than later on when you're taking your SPM and you don't know what to do. So let's go through the writing plan for today. But first, I would like to point out the common mistakes that students usually make when they're writing an essay. Okay, the first mistake would be when they don't plan their writing. You know, when you want to write something, you have to have a plan. Yeah, we will be going through the plans today. And when they write their essays, they often have unclear points atau kadang-kadang unorganized writing. Dia punya points tu cacah merabah, dia ada dekat tempat, dekat perenggan ni, perenggan tu. So it's not organized and the essay is not clear. Alright, and most of the time when you don't plan your writing, you forgot what you're writing about. Macam in the middle of writing your essay, you forgot what you're writing, so that's what happens when you don't plan. It goes back to unclear points, in the essay is not organized, and also grammar. I understand that grammar is a bit difficult for you to not be yeah, grammar is very difficult to master, but it's not possible. So you just have to keep on practicing, okay? All right, so yeah, please pay close attention because we'll be doing writing plan today. Okay, imagine this situation. In the exam hall, you are given your essay paper and you turn to the first page of the paper. And then you read the first question, and then you pick your question, and then what do you do? Oh, sekarang baru semua nak senyap. What do you do when you read your first question? Point what?
Highlight the keyword.
Very good. Thank you. So highlight the keywords. You know, you have to know what the question wants you to write about, and especially do not write yet. Okay. So, okay, I would like to know how many of you plan your writing before you write? How many of you plan your writing before you start to write? No? Tak ada yang plan? Okay, very good. So, Hagis, Spriggan, Afik, Yash. Okay, very good. But some of the planning might not be correct. So for today, we're going to be looking into the 5 steps of writing. Okay, 5 steps of writing. So the first one would be plan, brainstorm. The third step is write, read, and last one is rewrite. So there are 5 plans. Plan, brainstorm, write, read, and rewrite. Here we have a newcomer. Welcome, Diana. We are talking about the 5 steps of writing. Okay, and we're going to go through each of the steps, and then we will do an exercise with session B, continuous writing. Okay. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. Yash said it's like wasting time. It's actually not. You know, when you plan your writing, you will have a more organized essay, and you will have everything, you know, by your side if you have planned it. Okay, that's okay. We'll go through this first. Okay, so the first step will be to plan your writing first. Plan in your head. So when you have your question, decide first what is the genre. If you're writing a story, what is the genre? Is it going to be a horror story, or a story full of moral values? Decide what is going on and the characters, and most importantly, to decide whether it has happened, is happening, or will happen. You know, past, present, and future. This will be included in your grammar, of course. So you have to look at the tenses, whether to use past tense, present tense, or future tense. So planning ni kita tak tulis lagi. We just plan it in our head. Maybe just scribble down some notes. The first step would be the second step is to brainstorm. Okay, brainstorm like the picture here, if you can see it. That is an example of brainstorm. So you only write your ideas in keywords or short forms, and also you write the ideas according to paragraphs. So later on, it is not wasting time because you will have your brainstorm notes next to you. So when you write, you won't forget whatever it is that you're writing about. You can just refer to your brainstorm notes. So it's actually not wasting time, it's saving you more time because you already know what you want to write about. Okay, so example ke atas tu. So in introduction, you will talk about social media. Maybe the question is about social media. So introduction, you talk about social media, growing fast, good or bad influence. And in body 1, you talk about the good influence first. Instant famous, confidence level, rising. Okay, so that is brainstorm. We will do this later, don't worry. Step 3 is when you actually write. Okay, like SpongeBob here, you write and you refer to the brainstorm notes that you just did. And while you're writing, it's important to just write first. Don't check anything yet. Okay, you write, but make sure also that your writing is organized based on your brainstorm notes. Okay, chapter 4. Why do I say chapter? Step 4 is when you read your essay. Once you've done writing your essay, you read back to check your writing. Check whether the writing is good or not, and if there's any mistakes that you've made, and if there are, you're gonna mark it. Just mark it, check dulu, and don't correct it yet because you will be rewriting in step 5. Correct your mistakes, and also add any ideas to make your writing better, your writing interesting. Okay, does anyone have any questions? So those are the 5 steps of writing. So we have plan, where you just plan everything in your head first, what's going on, the tenses that you will be using. And for brainstorm, where you only write ideas in short forms or keywords, and then you write according to paragraphs. And step 3 is when you really write. When you write, you just write and you don't check. And you only check when you are reading back your essay in step 4, and you mark the mistakes that you've made, and you rewrite everything. I don't mean rewrite, just padam mana-mana yang boleh. You use your liquid paper, and also add any extra ideas if you have to make your writing interesting. Okay, is everybody okay? Do you have any questions? Is anyone speaking? Cikgu ada dengar suara, but no question. Okay, if there is no question, let's go to midget person has no question so far. Okay. So this will be our topic for today. We're gonna be okay. Okay, so let's practice. So this is your question in section B, continuous writing. Berapa perkataan yang awak kena tulis untuk section B? This is to see whether or not you've done your homework. 122. Elias, are you sure? Elias, sorry. 250. Close is actually 350 words. 350. Very good, Irfan. Okay, so 350 words. 350 words, and the question is that describe your favorite form of social media and explain your choice. I know a lot of you might be using a lot of TikTok. So let's decide on one social media. So kita practice kita punya writing plan dulu. Irfan suggested Facebook. Anyone else? Instagram, Reddit. Wow, Reddit. Discord tu apa?
Alah, bodoh lah Eli. Dia cakap Discord.
What is going on? Reddit is like Reddit. Twitter. Snapchat, IG. Okay, we have 2 votes on Instagram. Maybe we can just go on with Instagram. Yeah. Okay. Okay, thank you. So let's be serious. Yeah, we're gonna be practicing our writing plan. Okay. So the first step, remember, is to plan. So what do you think so we've decided on using Instagram. Okay, that's okay, Elias. Okay.
Korang main velo ke?
So what about the tenses? We'll be using past tense, future tense, or present tense.
Biar aku suggest Reddit. Aku suggest Reddit, tak ada siapa support
Okay. Tutup mic, thank you. Okay, so midget person says we're going to be doing
aku support Reddit asal. Aku suggest Reddit asal kau tak ni.
Kau tu buka mic, tutup balik.
Okay, so we've done our first plan, which is plan. So we've decided on using Instagram, and we're going to be using present tense. Okay, now for the second part, which is brainstorm. So let's do together. Okay, so what should we write about in introduction about Instagram? You can use the microphone to answer, but make sure you have appropriate content. So Instagram, we're going to be doing on Instagram. So in introduction part, what do we want to write about in introduction? We can start by explaining what Instagram is about. Okay, Elias says social. What social? Give definition of Instagram boleh juga. And you explain what Instagram is for. So basically, you post pictures and videos with caption.
Gain follower.
Yeah, so you can gain and lose followers. Very good. So anything else that you want to add in the introduction part? Aku tak muat. Yeah, gain popularity. Very good. Nowadays, it's like put Insta famous, whatever it is. You can also add that in your essay, by the way, Insta famous. Okay, stalk crush, maybe not advisable. Okay. All right, thank you for those who participated. So this is what it looks like to do your writing plan. So this is basically brainstorm. All right, so the question asks you to explain why you like Instagram. So let's do how? Okay, so what will be our first point? Business platform, maybe. Wait. Okay, business platform, very good, but not all people use Instagram for business, can? So maybe we can put that in our last point. Business platform. So that's our third point. Irfan says Instagram allows me to get information. Huh, information about what? About your crush? Maybe what about the girls? Why do you like Instagram? Share pictures. Okay, let's do this one. Share pictures and videos about your interests. So maybe you say that tutorial makeup. So maybe you'll do tutorial makeup and you can post it and then you become Insta famous. Yeah. Watch TikTok, go watch it on TikTok lah. Why on Instagram? About religious things, very good. So instead of just share, maybe you can say share and explore. So that would be your first point. Okay, so most things about brainstorm, you just write short forms and keywords. Okay, so let's talk more about share and explore pictures and videos about interests. So you can gain more knowledge. Okay, you just said it, gain more knowledge about your interests. Learn something new and gain more knowledge. That's basically the same thing. Watch Reddit, post, screenshot of a Twitter, screenshot of a Tumblr screenshot. Okay, they can also be your interest juga. Guidance. Guidance about what, Diana? On how to kemas rumah. Okay.
Kemas rumah pun nak kena guidance kak.
Ada je.
Okay, jangan gaduh, jangan gaduh. Okay, maybe you can give example of your interest. For example, kat sini house deco Siapa cakap tadi? House decoration. So you can talk about one specific account. Apa account house deco tu? Siapa yang cakap tadi? Diana decoration. So do you have any? So maybe we'll just make it up. Maybe house deco 100 maybe. So you talk about this account pula. You talk about this account pula. What do they post? What do they post? Why do you like it? Oh, deco rumah official. Okay, we'll change that. Okay, and then you can talk more about this because this is your interest. This is why you like social media, Instagram. Okay, and you can give more and more examples. That way, lagi banyak perkataan, more word count. All right, so instead of just share and explore pictures about interest, what else? Business platform kita buat last kali sebab not all people use it for business platform. Okay, that's very good, Irfan. So you can say share your talent. So just now it was all about interest. This time you can share your talent. What is your talent? Siapa jawab tadi tu? Irfan Eating. Eating is also my talent, but that's an easy thing to do. Eating. Arts. Okay, Irfan is into arts. So share your talent in arts, maybe. So when you share your talent, what do you think? ASMR, seriously. What do you think will happen when you share your talent online? Very good. People can appreciate your art, your work. Okay, and maybe they can also give their money, no, their opinions. You know, when you want to improve on your talent, you need to have, yes, suggestions, their opinions to improve yourself. Very good. Okay, remember during brainstorm, you can just write in short forms. You don't have to write long sentence. Yeah, you can be a professional. Yeah, once you have people giving their opinions, and then when you improve more, you can also be more professional. You can also be discovered by other artists. You know, when you're into this arts and other artists will maybe come up to you They will maybe DM you and want to collaborate on such things. Okay, very good. So that's point for number 2. Yeah, you can inspire others. Yeah, you can also add that. Okay. So business platform. So let's talk about business platforms tadi. This is also a common thing nowadays. We don't go to Google anymore. We just go to Instagram and search for, I don't know, cookies or pelamin. Yeah, you can promote a lot of things. So promote business. Yeah, you can sell, you can make class about business, very good. You can, yang class about business, so you can do, share your talent. Okay, promote business, what else? When you promote your business, maybe you can increase your cell count. Yeah, you get to make business partners. So you open for new partners. So maybe you're doing cookies, but then you found someone who can bake brownies. So you combine your shop together and make one. You can be business partners. Very good. Increase my business knowledge, increase my business skills. Okay. Itu pun boleh juga. Increase business skills and knowledge. Right. Bubo. Okay. Okay, so those are our 3 points. So those were the 3 points. Lastly, we're gonna be doing our conclusion. Okay, what should you write about in conclusion? Okay, simple. In conclusion, just recap. Recap means you summarize everything. Summarize everything that you just said. So recap. Talk about, share, and explore interests. Share your talent. And lastly, for business. Okay, Irfan also suggested that we add use social media wisely. Very good. That's very moral thing to do. Okay, Mustafa. Okay, that's not how you spell genius. Okay. So this is what it looks like when you write your brainstorm. It took us a lot longer than expected because I was waiting for you to give your ideas, but that's okay. When you do it by yourself and you know what you want to write about, it becomes easier. It becomes not as long as this. So this part is for step 2. Okay, for writing, brainstorm shouldn't take that long. You are advised to spend 50 minutes in section B. Spend about 50 minit dekat section B. So once you figured out what you want to write in your brainstorm, it only takes like 10 minutes. 10 minutes to plan everything, and then you can start writing. So that comes our step 3. Step 3 is to write. So when you write, remember to always refer to your brainstorm notes. And also while you're writing, don't add any more ideas, because nanti dia jadi sesama and you pun lost, jawab apa, you nak tulis apa. So just refer to the brainstorm notes first. Okay, and don't check, just write. Masa step 4, then only you read back and you mark. Mana-mana yang boleh, when you want to add more ideas, nak tukar sikit mana-mana. And step 5 is when you rewrite. Kacang Bendy said, oh. So step 5 is when you rewrite. That's the time when you betulkan salah kita tadi. Awak nak tambah banyak lagi point. Macam tadi ada yang nak tambah pasal bubur pula. Okay, so if you don't have that in your brainstorm notes, don't add it while you're writing. Add it masa rewrite. Okay. So are there any questions for writing? Okay, I will share this later in the WhatsApp group so you can practice it. Okay, questions. You can ask questions now. Irfan, is it okay if I write without using interesting words? Boleh, Irfan. Interesting word depends on the word. Like if you don't know the correct meaning of the word, better not to use it. So you may be using it wrong. Yeah. Idioms boleh juga, but make sure that your idioms kena dengan situation ni. For example, social media. What idioms can we use for social media? Maybe think outside the box. Business platform, you can say think outside the box. That is also an idiom. Think outside the box. So maybe you use role play in your video to promote your business. For example, there's one person craving for cookies, and then you make a video about it. Yeah. If you know how to use idioms, go ahead, but make sure it is the right idioms lah. Maklumat di hujung jari. Yep, betul tu. You will use idioms when you think is appropriate. You can also, for example, for this one, okay, let's try to write one. Okay, so that was our paragraph number 4, kan? So intro 1, 2, 3, 4. You can start with moreover. Instagram allows us to promote our business platforms. Okay. Raining cats and dogs. Okay, but you can use it here lah, raining cats and dogs. By thinking outside the box. Okay, refer back to the notes. Promote business, increase our cell count. By thinking outside the box, we can figure out, figure out many ways to promote the business and increase our cell count. So it's not when you can use it. It's actually you have to find the right place to use it. Yeah, if you know many idioms, it's not hard actually. If you do a lot of practice, if you read a lot of sample essays on the internet. Right now, you have a lot of sample essays on the internet. All you have to do is read. Yeah, practice and read. Very good. So let's try another idiom. Does anyone have any other idioms that we can fit into this essay? Potato couch. That's not. Any other idioms that you think is appropriate for Instagram? Wait, I'm thinking. Around the corner is not an idiom. That's not really an idiom. Okay, we can use hendak seribu daya, hendak seribu dalih. That's not. No. EBM. By hook or by crook? By crook or by hook or by crook macam it's like a determination, but not so much in this. Okay, let us search Google. Oh, adik siapa tu?
Tutup mic.
No, unfortunately, you can't use Malay proverb, Malay peribahasa in here because it will be ruled out wrong. Oh, very good. Kill two birds with one rock or one stone. Okay, so maybe.
Apa lagu tak dapat dia?
Tutup mic.
Okay, let's use kill two birds with one stone. We can use that for this. Share your talent in arts. So with Instagram, we can kill two birds with one stone. Butterfly in your stomach, you can use that when you're chatting with your crush. Oh, kill two birds with one stone, maksudnya awak buat dua kerja at the same time. You know, for example, to share the work of your talent. Okay, so with Instagram, we can kill two birds with one stone to share the work of, our talent. So refer back to the notes. Apa kita cakap tadi? We can improve ourselves, but we can also be discovered by other artists. We have a chance to improve ourselves and have the possibility to be discovered by other artists. Okay. Banyaknya. Wait. Let me read back. Work smart, not work hard. Itu pun boleh juga. Maybe you can talk that about when you promote your apa ni, business. You can say work hard, work smart, not work hard. Cost an arm and a leg. Not really here. A dime a dozen. Tak boleh juga. The ball is in your court. That's when you want to talk about someone else's moves, so not really. Love is blind. Okay, so that's about it for our writing plan. So after this, when you want to write, make sure to practice all these steps. It's really, really helpful. Don't forget to plan first. Once you have your writing plan, everything will be organized. Your writing will be, the flow will be nicer. Okay. Are there any questions? Any other questions? So, yeah, very good. You can use idioms as long as it's appropriate with the situation. Okay, no question? Yeah, you can always ask questions later on. All right. So that's the end of our writing, our second part. I will also share this later in the WhatsApp group. Okay, let's take a 5-minute break. And after this, we'll be continuing with our third part, which is the novel. And can I ask you to bring your copy of Dear Mr. Kilmer? Yeah, just to show it that you have it and you can read it later. Okay, we're gonna take a short break. Where there's a will, there's a way. There's also an idiom. Very good, you can use that. Okay, we're gonna take a short break and meet each other again at 11:10 a.m. Yeah, go drink water, go to the toilet, stretch, sikit-sikit, and I'll see you at 11:10.
They are for you. To the jungle. And get to you. To get to you. Tak nampak. Bunyi bodoh. Ya, tukar. Ya, lagu ni sedap. Mana? Kau pun suka lagu ni? Tak ya.
Cepat ni.
Mana kau? Tahu nak nyanyi apa? Senyap lah. Mana kau? Tu, Izuku Mido dia. Oh. Mana macam ni? Oh, dia tu. Jaga kau lihat nama aku. Untuk global auto. Hai. Riding the jungle.
Sedapnya suara.
To get to you. Aku macam lupa lirik lah. Lagu lama kot. Together. Ish, dia satu-satu boleh tak? Adik kat aku buka kan budak kat ni. Kan. Tak payah kacau. Jangan sentuh laptop aku. Ish, Nanti tekan dulu. Semua tak sentuh. Tak payah.
Rambut lah Eli.
Tak. Ada budak ni kacau aku. Rambut.
Tutup mic lah.
Tutup mic.
Saja nak tengok orang ada adik.
Dia bilang kau ada adik. Kau ada adik. Aku memang ada adik. Tapi kau ni yang sibuk ni kan.
Jangan
belajar kan. Kau pun belajar.
benda tengah record.
Kabutlah Ili.
Okay, it's 11:10. Is everyone back? We're going to be continuing our third part, our last part for today's seminar, which is the novel. Okay. Have you got your novel next to you? Siapa yang dah baca? Aduh. Okay, ada yang baca dah khatam 3 kali. Wow, ingat tak ingat? Baca sinopsis je. Okay, just a second. I'll start right away with you. Just have to find this. Everyone back? Oh, waiting for 2 more persons. Okay. All right. So some of you have read the novel, some of you haven't. Ada yang baca synopsis je. Okay. That's okay, I guess. But be sure to read it because you will be needing it to answer the question. Okay, so the novel is titled Dear Mr. Kilmer by Anne Scruff. I think that's how you pronounce her name, Anne Scruff, maybe. And the most common mistake that students make when it comes to answering novel questions is that they don't read the novel. Okay, when you don't read the novel, you cannot access detailed information, and you can write a lot. You won't know some of the things that happen in the book because you only read the synopsis. And it's not enough to read the synopsis, you need to read the book. I've read the book and it only takes you 1 hour to finish the whole book. So maybe after this you can spend 1 hour or maybe less than that to finish the book. Okay. Alright, so this is the synopsis. Yang siapa dah baca tu? Nokman, dia baca synopsis je. Okay. So the story is about a farm boy called Richard Knight. He's passionate about writing poems, but he cannot relate to his brother Gus, who is into sports and more outgoing. But his father understands father understands that they both are different, and he doesn't try to change them, not so much. And in school, Richard listened to a poem by Joyce Kilmer, read by the teacher, Mrs. Hanson, and he was so impressed by it that he decided to send a letter to Mr. Kilmer and show him his poems. But at the same time, Richard worries about the war, and he has a friend called Hannah, who is shunned by the classmates because her parents are German, which makes her also a German. So they are a German family living in Iowa. But he was not afraid to stand up to support her, and they become good friends later in the story. But unfortunately, later in the story, Kilmer gets killed. Siapa yang belum baca, this is spoiler alert. Kilmer gets killed. And it was so heartbreaking for Richard, who was shattered by the news. He was so sad for losing a friend. But after that, he decided to write a beautiful poem that he posted in the local newspaper, which then his father read the poem and they understood each other because his father also lost his brother, their uncle Roland, in the war. Okay, so that's about it. That's the main points of the story. Oh, long synopsis. Okay, but still, it doesn't hurt you to read the novel, Rose. It's not that thick. All right, so today we'll be discussing about the novel's themes, characters, plot, settings, and also moral values. These are all potential questions. Later, if you answer SPM. All right, so the themes. There are 5 main themes. First one will be importance of family, staying true to yourself, friendship, racial polarization, war, and its effects. So when you want to answer questions about themes, this is how you do it. First, you talk about just one specific theme. Talk about the theme, and terus bagi example from the novel. So example of importance of family is that Mr. Knight's sons want to earn his respect very much. So both Gus and Richard are different, but they both respect their father. All right. The Skirmers, Hannah's family, are close to each other. They are foreigners. No, they're from Germany. In that town, which make them even closer. There is also staying true to yourself. Even though Richard is kind of different from the other kids, he hates hunting and killing animals. He is so much different from his brother, but he writes poem and he doesn't try to fit in at all. So he's staying true to himself. There's also about friendship. Friendship, you can talk about the friendship between Richard and Hannah, also between Richard and Mr. Kilmer. It's a special relationship. They become pen pals. And Mr. Kilmer also encourages Richard to write poems more. There's also the case of racial polarization. Racial polarization is kind of like racist or prejudice. So the war has caused polarization as some people are from Germany. Yeah, discrimination. Thank you. The Skirmers Tavern is vandalized and Hannah is often ridiculed and prejudiced. So in the school, Hannah was often, she was prejudiced. Not so much of the girls liked her. Only Richard befriends her. And also the Hannah's family's tavern was also vandalized. And lastly, the theme is war and its effects. So from the story, we know that Hannah's brother, called Otto, fights the Germans in the army. Gus too enlists in the end. Kilmer also gets killed in the war. And here Richard knows that the soldiers have chances of being killed. Living through war have made people deaf or crazy because, they have PTSD and they live through fear. So that's the effects of war. Okay, so those are the themes. I've shared you. Teacher dah share slides dekat WhatsApp group. You can just save it. Okay. Okay, so these are the 5 main characters. We have Richard Knight, Gus, Hannah, Mr. Knight, and Mrs. Henson. Okay, so when you got your questions and he wants you to talk about a character that you like most, maybe you can talk about their characteristics. Talk about the characteristic. For example, Richard Knight is sensitive and brave. Those are the characteristics. So sensitive kat sini maksud dia bukan jenis yang kuat nangis, yang tengok gambar kucing dia nangis juga. So sensitive here is that he feels compassionate. He can feel sorry for other people. He befriended Hannah when she was in discomfort. And also he is also brave. Yeah, we can also call him loving. He misses the shot from Bucky. It's Bucky. We can also call Richard brave. He stands up for Hannah when no one else wants to because they're afraid of the other kids in the school. Okay. You can also say that he loves animals. He dislikes hunting and killing animals. He also loves writing poems, especially that is one of the main thing about Richard Knight. He loves writing poems, but he keeps it a secret from his father, especially. Okay. The second character is Gus. So Gus is the older brother of Richard. He loves hunting, playing games, and he was quite popular in school. But he also cares about Richard because he always wants Richard to be a part of the crowd. He keeps a brotherly eye on him. At the end of the story, he joins the army after finishing high school. He only went into training though. He didn't go straight to the war. He was only in the training. Okay, Hannah. Hannah is the daughter of the skirmers. And she is smart and she does well in school. She even won that essay competition that their English teacher organized. We can say that she is warm, good-natured. Yeah, thank you, Rukman. She's very supportive and caring. She shows sympathy when Mr. Kilmer died. Yeah. She also feels that people must learn to care about one another despite their differences in religion or races. Okay, ramai lagi yang baru join. Okay, and then we have Mr. Knight. So Mr. Knight is the father of Gus and Richard. He is very firm and reserved. We can say that he is very brave too. Yeah. But he doesn't say much. He always keeps himself. We can say reserve maksudnya dia tak cakap banyak. He keeps a lot of things to himself. Okay. And we know that he wants education for both of his boys. He told them to finish high school. He can't go to war yet. They have to finish high school first. But he also agrees for his brother Roland, who was killed in a war later. Oh, authoritative. Very good. We can also add authoritative in here. Okay. Authoritative maksudnya dia ada leadership skill, something like that. Dia becomes the leader of the house. He tells Gus and Richard Knight what to do, what not to do. Yeah, because he cares for them, not because he's bossy. Okay, we can also add that in authoritative. And lastly, we have Mrs. Hansen. A good English teacher introduces the poetry of Kilmer to the class, encourages Richard to write poems, and reads his poem in class. She is the source of inspiration to her students, especially Richard and Hannah. Okay, when we talk about plot, this is also one of the tricky things. When the question asks you to explain the plot, this is what you should be writing. Okay, remember the pyramid. So at the bottom here, we have exposition. That's the first stage of the plot. So exposition is the beginning of the story, starting cerita tu. So dalam novel ni, it starts off with all of the guys went hunting. And from that moment on, daripada situ kita tahu Richard loves animals and he hates hunting. So from that kita boleh tahu what we know the characteristic of each character. There is also the second stage is its rising action. The events before the climax where the character attempts to do something adventurous. And that's the climax. There is the suspense. The suspense here would be when Gus wants to enlist in the army. Falling action. Falling action, actions that occur after the climax. So maybe after Richard found out that Mr. Kilmer died, that's the falling action. And lastly, resolution is the end of the story where everything is resolved. And this is the example of the plot. So like I said before, in exposition, Richard, Gus, and his father went hunting and they refused to kill, Richard refused to kill the deer. In rising action, we have Hannah's family tavern being vandalized. And when Mrs. Hansen read a poem by Joyce Kilmer, and Richard starts to exchange letters with Mr. Kilmer. Okay, in climax, Gus announces that he has enlisted in the army. And also, the climax will be when Richard was writing a reply to Mr. Kilmer, and on the way, he wants to post the letter, but he went to see Hannah first, who tells him that Kilmer was killed in the war. But the following action would be when he remembers the letter he had written and he didn't post it. But he wrote a beautiful poem about losing a friend, and it was printed in the local newspaper. That's when his father, Newton Knight, found out. And they had a deep, meaningful conversation. The resolution would be when the war ends. Last kali itu kan, war ends, and Gus didn't even make it to the war. He was just in training. And they hope for peace to return. Okay, that's how you answer questions regarding to plot lah. You just explain the simple things about each plot. So exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, resolution. You can refer to these notes when you want to answer. Yep. Okay, setting is rarely asked, but we're gonna go for it anyway. So settings are separated into 3 types. There are physical, social, time. So physical setting is set in Iowa, USA, in a town called Turtle Lake. So social setting. Social settings, it focus on the people around the environment, in the environment. The skirmers especially were disliked because they were from Germany. Hannah was often harassed by other students. Her parents' tavern was vandalized by unruly people. So this is the social setting. And the time setting is in the early 20th century, around 1917, and in the middle of World War I. So World War I is between America and Germany. Some of the people I don't know. Okay, so moral values is probably the most easiest that you can answer. If you know the story well, you can easily answer it. So there's the moral value of the respect and love for family members, respect human beings, compassion, and patriotism. Okay, so I see that you guys have a notebook itu, buku purple. All right, just as well because we are going to do an online quiz. So you can refer to your notebook or you can refer to the slides that I've given in the WhatsApp group juga. Has anyone ever heard of quizzes? Yeah. Okay, so let's do an online quiz here. I'm gonna share you the link. Okay, since you have your notebook, your purple book, and the slides that I give you, I want all of you to get 20 out of 20. Boleh? This is just a test that you understand the story. And after this, we'll be doing the essay question. Okay, masuk dulu, log in. Please write your actual name so I can look at it back. Dapat 20 belanja KFC. I can't promise you that. Okay, so Irfan is here. Danish also. There are 20 of you can. There are 22 of you. So I'm waiting for all of you to join in first. Baru kita start. Yeah, kita start sekali. I'll wait for everyone to masuk first. Klik link yang saya bagi tu, Afiq Pro Player. Siapa Obot ni? Can you masuk balik with your actual name? Okay. Tak dapat masuk. Okay, wait kejap. Okay, ketua pengawas, you can go to Quiz's website and key in this number. 143711. Go to the website. And that's the game code. Okay, yang lain boleh masuk. Belum start lagi. Okay, I'm starting the quiz now, yeah?
Tengok je soalan kau.
Betul lah.
No is the answer. Awak ni. Oh, ini answer.
Cuma orang tahu itu memang yang correct. Define something tapi power lah. Ini. Where I said this line the rules.
Right.
Define the power. Dia nak kita apa?
Ada dalam sebenarnya dia tak bagi tahu dah.
Okay, dah habis. Tunggu kejap. Ramai lagi yang salah. I hope you really did read the book. Jangan press. Oh, there are some questions that you can choose. Yeah. Okay. So here we can see siapa yang clearly dah baca the novel, who haven't. Okay, but that's okay. There's still those who are answering. So this is just to test whether or not you understand the novel. Well, if you understand it, then you can write the answer well. So we're waiting for Afiq and Irfan, Hafiz, and a couple more. Jual bubuk. Repeat, no need. You can do the quiz on your own. Just go to quizzes and search. Dear Mr. Kilmer, ada banyak banyak chapter and the questions according to characters, the elements of the novel. Yeah. Afiq. Is it okay with you if we end by 12:15? So kita start lambat sikit tadi. Ada jawapan Barai. Did you read the book, Irfan Syami? Ada jawapan? Okay, ada yang tengah jawab lagi ke? Because I want to end the game. No, it's okay. It shows that most of you understood the story. And that's most important. Okay. All right. Thank you for participating. It's okay. I'm sorry. We're a bit behind. All right. So let's go back to the slides. Okay. Let's discuss how to answer novel essay questions. So the questions ask you to describe an important relationship. So in the novel you have, with the close reference to the text, give reasons why that relationship is important to the ending of the story. So whose relationship do you think is important in the novel? Okay, come back. Whose relationship is important? Let's go back to the characteristics then. Okay, I'm talking to myself. We can say an important relationship between Hannah and Richard. Or does anyone have any suggestions? An important relationship. Who do you think have an important relationship in the story? Richard and who? Relationship involves two persons or more. Richard and Kilmer. Okay. Okay, so we can use both of them. Richard and Kilmer or Richard and Hannah. Richard and Pa and Gus pun boleh. Okay, so but first let's go through the tips of how to answer novel essay question. So there's also three paragraphs. So in paragraph 1, you can write about the introduction. A simple introduction, you introduce about the novel, the author, jangan salah dengan Joyce Kilmer. The author is Anne Scrubb, and what you are going to write. So you can start by, in the novel, Dear Mr. Kilmer, written by Anne Scrubb. Yeah, the book that I read, Malay. I will maybe explain about an important relationship in the story between Richard and Joyce Kilmer, or between Richard and Hannah, or you can also between Richard and Pa with Gus. Okay, and it's advisable to give at least 3 points at least 3 points, and in each point you explain the point, you give examples from the novel, and then you elaborate. Get your 3 E's: explain, example, elaborate. And in conclusion, we provide a simple summary. Yeah, thank you. This is shown in the novel when you can say maybe about Richard and Mr. Kilmer, an important relationship. This is shown in the novel when Mr. Kilmer often encourages Richard to write more poems. So it gives important relationship. And in conclusion, we provide a simple summary. Ulang balik the introduction sikit tadi. Important relationship between Richard and Mr. Kilmer, and also the points. Yeah, thank you, Irfan. No, thank you. Let's try to write it here now. Okay, you have to help me out here. Based on the novel here, Mr. Kilmer, written by N. An important relationship Okay, so which one do you want to choose? Richard and Hannah ke? Okay, you guys can sembang later. Richard and Hannah, all right. Involves the relationship. You can also say friendship between Hannah and Richard. Okay, so let's talk about the points. Yeah, true. Thank you, Irfan. So let's go back to the question. To give reasons why that relationship is important to the ending of the story. To the ending of the story. Kita ulang balik pun tak apa. This is an important relationship that affects the ending of the story. So this is your introduction. Pendek je. Okay, so let's discuss the points why Richard and Hannah's relationship is important. Jadi Hannah supported Richard not supported, maybe comforted Richard when Mr. Kilmer died. Okay, abai kata Richard signed the sympathy card. We can say Richard stands up for Hannah. Yeah, when she got bullied. Okay, one more point. Satu lagi. What do you think? Hannah declined the Lady Liberty part. Okay, so we can say Hannah and Richard are loyal. They both turned down the part of Lady Liberty. Donut Boy. What is he called again? Are you sure it's Donut Boy? Cepat, apa namanya? Thank you, Abe. Doughboy. All right. So for conclusion, and okay, for these 3 points, all you have to do is tambah examples from the novel. Senang je. And you can also add your own opinion. Your own opinion about what. Alright. In conclusion, kita boleh kata these are the reasons why the relationship between Richard and Hannah is important. Lepas tu kita ulang balik kita punya main point. Instead of saying Richard and Hannah, we can change it to they. They comforted each other and are loyal as well as brave to stand up for one of them. Okay, and when you're writing, so this is the another way so you can write the novel essay question. When you're writing this answer, don't worry about grammar. Markah grammar tak banyak sangat. Just focus on putting in the points and the correct. Make sure your story is correct. If you get one, for example, turtle leg, you said turtle neck, that can be caused to a mark loss. So make sure to read the novel and then you can answer with such ease. Okay. So are there any questions regarding this? Teacher dah hantar semua slides, all 3 slides in the WhatsApp group. Feel free to save them and check on them. Okay, we've come to an end to our seminar, but are there any questions? Okay, kalau tak ada, if you feel like you want to write the essay, essay yang kita buat tadi, kita buat brainstorm tadi dengan this essay for novel, you can send it to me. I can check it because I am currently free for the time being. You can email me or you can also send it to me via Telegram. Yeah. Okay, but can I get a little feedback? Can be honest, I won't be mad. What do you think of our seminar today? What are the ways that you think I can improve? You can share it here. I don't really have a Telegram group. WhatsApp group kita boleh add later. You can give your number to. No rehat, cikgu bagi rehat 5 minit each. Okay, kembali. Okay. Ellie nak kena marah, cikgu tak bagi rehat. Okay, I gave rehat like 5 minutes. That's enough, I think. You're not doing anything. Oh, buat tak ada rehat. Yeah, but I myself have to go to toilet. I have to drink water because I can. Okay, really clear and understand all of it. Alhamdulillah. But if you have any questions later on, you can just text me via Telegram or email. All right. So I want to take a picture of everyone. Do you think you can maybe open camera? Yeah, turn on your camera. Boleh ke? Ayo cepat, pergi siap-siap. Makeup, betulkan rambut. Okay, Ellie dah ready. Ellie ke tu? Lah kenapa tutup muka? Shine lah teacher. Tadi siapa yang nyanyi tadi tu?
Saya lah ikut.
Elias mana Elias? I want to see. Tadi nyanyi bestnya nyanyi. Okay, cepat. Ramai dah ready ni.
Jersey.
Muka baru bangun tidur. It's noon. Ayu. Okay, tadi yang
Cepat.
I'm gonna snap now. Snapping.
Yang Taufik ke?
Pergi.
Okay, I'm so glad to hear that you enjoyed the seminar. Not really a seminar. You can try answering the essay, and you can send it to me or to your other teachers if you want. Okay, so just us three. Boleh lah. Ada lagi yang nak join? Just step. Okay, Afiq. All right, 1, 2, 3. 3, 3, 3. All right. Okay, if there's no other questions, you can leave. Thank you so much for coming. Kudos for joining us today. All right, I wish you all the best for your SPM and for your future endeavors. Okay, Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher.
Sorry, teacher, tadi lupa tutup.
Yeah,
Thank you,
it's fine.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay. Adios. Wow. That's not how you spell adios. Ntanda. Sayonara. Gracias.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Tak apa Elias, saya tak nak dengar awak nyanyi.
Alamak.
Ilyas Insta famous.
Yeah, you can go be Insta famous with someone else. All right. Bye-bye. You can all leave. Thank you so much for coming. You're welcome. Most welcome.